Hey YouTube, and as promised, I want to go ahead and upload a video today. And about a week ago, well, actually, back on Cyber Monday, I ordered a boosted rev electric scooter. I ordered it Cyber Monday, and it did not come until a week ago, December the 21st. So it took about 3 weeks for it to arrive. 2 weeks for it to ship, 1 week during shipping. I finally got it, and normally I do ride a motorcycle. I do have 2 motorcycles actually, and I do like to ride my motorcycles to get to where I'm going. The area I live in is kind of dangerous in regards to traffic. People do drive kind of crazy. In the last month, I've seen multiple car accidents that could have been prevented, but people are just nuts. And winter is setting in, so I thought putting my motorcycle on storage would be a good idea since it is too cold to be on a motorcycle. However, I do not have a car. So if I don't ride my motorcycle, my only other option is a bus. Now, the bus is okay, but it's not ideal. They do have their own time frame, and you have to either wait for the bus, get on the bus, go to where you're going, you finish going to where you're going to go, and you have to wait for the bus again, and then go back home. Now, my biggest urgency that I'm living alone and in my apartment is groceries, food. Getting on the bus to go get food isn't the best option or the quickest option. I have a Walmart that's only 15 minutes away from me, but if I have to walk there, it takes me an hour to get there. If I take the bus, once I'm on the bus and it actually starts to go, I get there in about 20 minutes, all right? Depending on the bus, all right? 20 minutes can turn into 40 minutes because I'm waiting for the bus to come. I get on the bus and then we finally leave. That's one of my biggest frustrations with the buses in my city. Even the ones that pass by every 15 minutes, they don't do every 15 minutes. Especially at a certain hour of the day. 15 minutes turns into 30 minutes or an hour. So depending on what the time is, you could be left standing an hour waiting for the bus or more. And since I don't have my motorcycle for winter, I needed something to move around on, and I found the boosted rev scooter. Now, what they advertise is that you can get 22 miles out of this machine. Keep in mind, 22 miles is depending on how much you weigh, if there's any ups and downs, hills, and steep hills. That is going to affect the battery life and the distance that you're going to be able to cover. Getting right to the facts, I weigh 288 pounds, okay? Almost 300 pounds. This thing is listed to support only 250 pounds. So I am about 30 pounds over the weight limit of this machine. However, I did buy it, and I've owned this thing for about 2 weeks now. And I gotta say, it is the best thing I have ever bought. Why? Because it is super durable. That's one thing. Everything is metal constructed. I don't know if it's steel or aluminum, but it's all metal. The only things that are plastic are the fenders here and here. And I think, yeah, that's it. That's the only thing that's plastic. Everything else is metal. Maybe the hubcaps are plastic, but no, they feel like they're metal. And it has a very durable construction, and I just love it. It actually holds my weight without a problem. Now, how much range can I get out of this thing at my weight? If you're heavy like me, you might want to take this into consideration. You are not going to get 22 miles out of this machine if you're heavy. The most I can get out of this machine, and that it's at maximum speed, is 6 miles. Now, 6 miles may not seem like a lot to you, but for me, where I live, it has a lot of ups and downs, a lot of steep hills where I'm at. So the only mode for me to go up those steep hills is on mode 3. This machine has 3 modes, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the slowest, 2 is intermediate, and 3 is the fastest. When you are on 3, this machine does get me up to 24 miles an hour. Okay? 24 miles an hour. You cannot wear a bicycle helmet with this machine. I actually have a motorcycle helmet. And let me show it to you. Okay, so I actually have this motorcycle helmet. It is DOT approved. So that is the legal minimum requirement to be legal on the street, and it will protect you. If you're thinking about getting the scooter, I highly recommend you get a motorcycle helmet. If you want to be extra careful and protect your head and your brain from injury, I do recommend stepping up to a full face helmet. You may think that's overkill or you may look ridiculous, but I ride a motorcycle and this thing at 24 miles an hour is pretty fast. And if you happen to get into an accident, if you happen to hit a pothole or a bump when you're on the street or the sidewalk, you will get thrown off. And you don't want to end up in the hospital, or you don't want to end up as a vegetable. So I highly recommend getting a motorcycle helmet for wearing these. So I wear a motorcycle helmet. If you want to go ahead and get the full face helmet, do it. I do have a full face helmet, but I usually use those for my motorcycle because there is a lot of wind resistance. For this one, I thought this was a half helmet, was pretty good. And so far it hasn't let me down. I haven't fallen off, so I don't know if this thing is gonna shake, but you know, it's not as secure as a full face helmet, but it's still pretty good. So I've had this thing for about 2 weeks. What do I use it for? I use it primarily to go to work. Typically my routine is I wake up in the morning, I have to rush to get dressed and get ready and get my food ready, pack in my backpack, and I go and I walk to the bus, which is about a 15-minute walk to the bus. I get on the bus when the bus finally arrives. When the bus arrives, I get on, it takes me to work. It's about 15 minutes to get there, and I go to work. The problem is that I worked, or I used to work before I got fired, at a call center. And the thing is, you cannot transfer a call, all right? You have to wait at least 20 minutes to transfer a call so you can take your break or go to lunch. You can't transfer a call before that. So when I get out of work, I only have like a 5-minute window to catch the bus, okay? If I miss that window, I have to wait an hour for another bus to come, and then I get on and I can go to my apartment and just relax. That's where this comes in. That's where my motorcycle came in. When I had my motorcycle, I didn't have to worry about the bus. And when I put my motorcycle in storage for the winter, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I have to get back on the bus again and wait on their schedule. When I got this, I was actually going to get it during the summer. And I fixed up my motorcycle. I rode my motorcycle. That's what I did during the summer. And when I put it in storage, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? So on Cyber Monday, they had a special where they took $400 off the original price tag. Now, I am going to tell you, this thing does cost $1,600. That's 1,600 smackaroos. Okay, now that is a lot of money, especially when you're not rich, okay, and you live paycheck to paycheck. Now, how did I get this? I got this through their financing company that they finance with. So they finance with a firm, and the company is called a firm. And what I did is I passed their credit, and I was able to get this machine. I just made a payment last week. I do pay $82 a month, and I'm going to be paying that much until 2021, or I can pay it off sooner if I want. So yeah, I've had this for about 2 weeks, and my job is 2 miles away. Okay, so I get up in the morning, I put this on here, I fold it up. Now it has a locking mechanism right here. So this is a plastic part, but right here this is metal. And I'm sorry, this is actually metal too. So what you do is that you just lift it up, and it clips on, and you just turn it on, and you go. That's pretty much it. It does have a little stepper like a motorcycle here that I really like, and I'm used to it because I do ride a motorcycle. And my job is 2 miles away. I get there in 15 minutes. All right, so 2 miles in 15 minutes, I think that's pretty good, especially considering my weight. And battery percentage. This thing up here on the screen, it does have 5 bars that tells you the battery percentage. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is what the control looks like, and these are the handlebars right here. Now, what I do want to let you know is how you turn this on. So what you do is you hold it down. This is the multi-use button right here. It just has one, and it has several uses. So you hold it down, it'll come on, and as you can see, I'm always in mode 3. Now, keep in mind, I weigh 288 pounds, so I need mode 3 to go up steep hills. All right. Now, if you're lighter than me, you can probably go up steep hills on mode 1 or 2, but that's why I need mode 3. So because I'm at the maximum power level, and because I have a lot of ups and downs to go through, the battery does drain a little bit quicker than if you were lighter. So I turn it on. I'm on mode 3. As you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. Now, once I get on this thing and I start riding, about 5 or 7 minutes, this starts blinking. It'll start blinking, which means the battery's going down. By the time I get to work, that one starts blinking. I still have power on that one, but it does start to blink, which means that the power isn't full anymore. Okay, now if you want to go down in speed, you cannot go down in speed while you are riding. You have to stop, and once you stop, you press this button 3 times, and you're at the slowest possible speed. I think you could only go up to 10 miles on this speed. If you want to go faster, you stop, click it 3 times again. That's the second speed. Here you can go up to 16 miles an hour. 16 miles an hour on that level. And then maximum speed is top 3. And right at this speed, you can go up to 24 miles an hour. This number right here shows you how fast you're going, so that's your speedometer. And as you can see me earlier, I forgot, when you're at night, you can hit this twice, and the little light comes on, which is your light. And it's a pretty bright light. I like it. You can get something a little stronger if you want, but I think it's pretty strong, and some people have recommended to go a little bit stronger, but I think that's fine for me for now. And then if you want to turn that light off, you just hit it twice. So twice to turn it off, twice to turn it on, off, and then 3 times to change your speed. And if you want to turn it off, you hold it down and then it'll just shut off. A lot of the things that come here are pretty simple controls. This is your speed control. You push it this way with your thumb to go fast or just to move forward. And then when you want to go back or you want to brake, this is one of your brakes, you hit the negative sign. So you push it towards the right. Okay, and that's one of your brakes. You want to be careful not to do that too much when your battery is full, because in order to protect your battery, let me start over. When you do this to brake, it's regenerative braking. So when you do that, it's gonna power up your battery a little bit. But when your battery is full, the way it is now, you want to be careful not to do that too much, because if you do that, it will overpower the battery. And to protect it, it's going to go off. It will shut off to protect the battery. That's why, one, you want to go at a steady speed, and two, it does have this brake. This is the manual brake right here. And it does have the fender that you can step on it like that. And that's going to be your other brake. So it has three brakes right here. It has the fender that you can step on. It has the mechanical brake here, which, as you can see from here, if I pull on that mechanical brake, that's what it's activating right there. It has a disc wheel right there. That's pretty good. I like it. Similar to a motorcycle. It has that one, and it also has the regenerative braking. So if you go that way, it'll brake, and at the same time, it'll give you a little bit of juice back to your battery. The other thing I thought was nice was above the brake, it does have a little bell that's right here. I know you can't see it that well, but it is kind of loud, but I don't think cars are going to hear that. It's really more for pedestrians if you're on the sidewalk or on the road, just to let them know to get out of your way. But I am thinking about adding a horn so that cars can hear me, because cars are the real big problem where I live. And you really got to look out for what they're doing, because they are not. A lot of people where I live don't know how to drive, and they don't care to know the rules of the road. So that's kind of why I got this. And because where I live, a lot of motorcyclists have died, and they always blame the motorcyclists, and they don't really look at how people are driving crazy here. Okay, so those are the controls for this device. Okay guys, and another thing I want to add is when you go ahead and turn on the light on the device, it also has this really nice backlight, and when you turn on the front one, it also turns on the back one. And I thought that was like a really nice feature. It's super bright. It is kind of small. This is my thumb, but I think cars definitely see you at night, and it's a really nice feature. And when you turn off the front one with the 2 clicks at the control, it also turns this one off. The boosted rev is still on, but you can turn the lights on and off independently. Now, what I want to go ahead and do now is I want to go ahead and just give you a quick overview of the body. So basically where I was is that I was telling you my basic routine. I get on, I get ready for work, I wake up, I get ready for work, I get dressed, and now instead of walking 15 minutes to where the bus is, all I have to do is get on my boosted rev, and I am good to go. So I just get on, and what I do is this thing bends, which I like. It folds up, and all you have to do is you hit the brake. So you hit the fender down, and then at the same time you lift up the head, like so. Okay, and this is the locking mechanism that makes sure it's secure. So all you do is just, and it'll click into place, and at the same time this metal part will click into place. Now this is all metal. Okay, one of the nice features that Boosted Rev did was that wherever the name is, it's not just a sticker, it's not just for looks, it's also functional. It feels really nice. It's a embossed paint job. You know, it feels kind of bumpy, you can feel it. But the purpose of this is so that vehicles can see you at night. So I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to shine some light on it here. And it's actually reflective. Let me see. Let me see if I can pick it up here. Yeah, there it goes. You can actually see the reflection on it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, I don't think it is, but it's actually reflective. And it has it on this side. Has it on this side. It has it on that side. Right here. Okay, so it does have it on both sides. Also, it has it right on the rim, right there. So right where the name is, Boosted Rev, or Boosted, it's actually a paint that gives it a reflective sheen, so that cars can see you at night. It's also on the wheels. So right there, that part right there, that's reflective. That part right there is reflective. And while I'm here, I want to go ahead and just show you guys the mechanical brake. So when you use your hand to brake, this is what you're actually activating. And this is a mechanical disc brake. And I really like the way they set it up, because that's exactly the way a motorcycle has it, on the back and the front. My back motorcycle tire does have a mechanical brake, while the front one is pneumatic, or hydraulic, I'm sorry. It's a hydraulic. But yeah, this is very well constructed. The tires are pretty thick. This is my thumb. Okay, this is my hand compared to the tire, so it's pretty thick. And it also has a reflective strip right there. It has a reflective strip right there. So it's very, very nice, very well thought out, very well put together. And see, it has another reflective strip right there. And then it also has, on the bottom, it has these plastic bumpers, so you won't scratch the bottom metal of it, which is also very well thought out. Now, if anybody deserves to get fired, it is the person who designed this. Now, if you ever get a flat, or if you want to put air in your tires, these things do need to be at 45 to 50 psi. That's pounds per square inch, if you didn't know. And the thing is, it's very hard to reach the nozzle. See, it's like at an angle, and you can't easily take it out. You can't pull it out. It's just there at an angle, and it's hard to take off the cap. But once you do, it's even harder to take off it's even harder to put on the hose. And let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I got this bicycle pump from Schwinn, yeah, to put air in the tires, and I like it because it tells you how much PSI you have. You can pump these tires by hand, you don't need anything special, but if you can see, it's hard to get anything in there. And what somebody else did, I saw, was that they had a paper clip to go ahead and just reach in there and hold the nozzle this way, so you can go ahead and take it off. So you can take off the cap. Now you do need, okay, so you do need an extender. Now they do give you 2 of these, okay? They come in a little box inside the accessory kit. So you do get an accessory kit. You do get 2 extensions, 1 for each wheel. And once you get that cap off, you have to put that on there. Now you can see it's not easy to put that on there, which is why you need some sort of a paper clip to hold the nozzle down. Now I don't have a paper clip, but what I do have is this is a regular wall hook. Okay, so this is something that you screw onto the wall and you can hang something like that. So I do have a spare. This did not come in the kit, but it should. Okay, I repeat, this does not come in the kit. Okay, it should though, because you're gonna need it to put it in there, pull the thing straight, and at the same time, while you're holding that, you can go ahead and screw this on there. Okay, and once you screw that on there, this can easily go inside here. Okay, and you can lock it on and you can pump air into your tire basically. Okay, so that's the only flaw that I see in this entire thing. Everything else is well built, everything else is well thought out, except for this. Okay, if I did not have this and I had a flat tire, I would be screwed. All right, so definitely do something about the person who designed that, because that could have been designed better. But anyway, so in the accessory kit, like I was mentioning, you do get a box like this. Okay, it's it is the accessories documentation. Okay, so you open it, and what you're gonna find is you're gonna find these boxes, you're gonna find these booklets. So this is the safety and compliance. Okay, that's a safety and compliance book. You're going to find the boosted quick guide, you know, how to get started and all that. Okay. Now that comes in many languages. Whatever language you speak, it comes in that language. And you get 2 of those because it comes in so many languages: English, Spanish, French, Chinese, German, Italian. Anything you speak, it's there. You do get 2 stickers. Now this is the real quick start guide that's on the Rev when you get it. I took it off. But this is the ultra fast assembly instructions. Yeah. So those are the assembly instructions. Right there. And this is the box that has the extenders in it. So this box holds these extensions that you are going to need if you want to put air in your tires. That comes right there. They do give you a little wrench for the assembly. The assembly is really easy. I think you just needed to tighten one bolt on the head, but they do give it to you. Okay, they do give you this. They give you 2 of these inside of this box. And something else that I thought was super nice is that they give you spare tubes. They give you 2 spare tubes in these little boxes. So if you have a flat and you need to replace the tubes, these are the tubes that they give you for each tire. So for the money, you do get a lot. You know, they make sure you are well taken care of. And as you can see, the valve is at an angle. I think they could have designed that better, but yeah. The valve is at an angle. But yeah, you do get a lot in the box. And I still have the box just in case, so I can keep everything in order. And another thing I want to show you guys is, and I'm using a flashlight because it's pretty dark in here, but that is the charging port. Okay, so that is where you're going to connect the charger in that area. And it has a little cap that you can just, and that'll prevent it from water splashing in. When you want to charge it, you just unplug it. And this is the charger, which also comes in the accessory kit. Okay, it's pretty small. It's the same thing that you would see on a laptop charger. Okay, my hand pretty much fits on the palm of my hand. Okay, so, and it does come in 2 pieces. You get this piece that plugs directly into the port here, and then you also get the extender, okay, which connects to this other side like that. Yeah, connects here. You just push it in just like your regular charger, and then you can just connect that to the wall. So, and it does take about 3 hours for it to charge fully. Okay, so in all the time that I have had this item, and when I go to work, it's 2 miles one way. So I can go ride, like what happened to me today, like I got this so I can still go to work, and now I don't have a job to go to, which is really funny. But I charged this last night. I went to work this morning. No, I'm sorry, no. I came back last night from my work with a full charge. I came back. I lost 1 bar of battery power. I didn't charge it all night. I went this morning. I lost 2 more bars. I got fired. And then I came back to the apartment. So that's 6 miles back and forth. And when I got home to the apartment, I already was on the last bar, because that was 2 miles. So in total, I got 6 miles. And it did get me back, okay? So I did have a ride home, thank God. you know, thank God I have a ride home. So yeah, I got fired, but I had a ride home. If it wasn't for this, I would have had to wait for the bus, and I don't have any money for the bus. So yeah, it's a godsend. It really is a godsend. Okay, and when you get your Boosted app, because they do have an app for you to download, so you can see your mileage and all that stuff. It gives you the opportunity to go ahead and name your scooter. And I was gonna name it Godspeed, and that would have been fine, but I ended up naming it Godsend because it is a godsend. It is top of the line. It's very expensive. It is $1,600. I got it on sale for $1,200, which is still super expensive. But if you were to ask me, would you do it again, even though you knew you were going to lose your job? Would you purchase this vehicle again? And my answer would be yes. Yes. Because even though, for example, let's say I had to go all the way downtown. Downtown for me is 9 miles, okay? And sometimes family that lives down there calls me so I can go and cut their grass or do other things that they need. And what I do is I get on the bus, I ride to downtown, and then wherever the bus leaves me, I take the boosted rev and I drive the rest of the way. Because this thing will not cover 9 miles for me. It could probably cover 9 miles for you if you weigh less. But it does cover 9 miles for me. It does cover 6 miles for me, I'm sorry. So yeah, so if I was gonna go a long distance, yeah, I would get on the bus, take the boosted ref with me, just unclip it, pull that down, fold it, push this down again, it locks in place, and just lift it and carry it with me. The other thing is, something that I thought would have been nice is that I wish the bars would bend downward. Because when I'm on the bus, the arms do get in the way in the aisle when people walk off or walk on. So I really wish they would have done something so that these could fold down, if there was an easy way to do that. But regardless, I think this thing is very well designed. I like it a lot. It's very strong. I did have an incident where I was on the sidewalk, and I did not see that there was a break in the sidewalk, and I crashed into that break, and I bounced off that break, and it almost threw me into the street. But thank God I was able to maintain control, because if I didn't, I would have gone directly into the street and gotten hit directly by a car. So yeah, that's always go slow, especially in the dark, so you can see where you're going. Where I am, it's a very heavy traffic area, so I have to be on the sidewalk. It's kind of like the safest place to be. But yeah, watch out for those cracks in the concrete, because this thing also is multi-terrain. And I have been on gravel. I have gone over cracks, grass. It can handle all of that. It's not a smooth ride. You definitely will feel the bumps and all that. But if there's a major pothole or a major crack in the sidewalk that's like 3 inches or more, yeah, you're gonna feel it. And if you don't have control and if you're going too fast, yeah, this thing is gonna throw you off, which is why the helmet is so important. Also, try to go slow. I was going a little bit fast in that time. Had I been going slower, I would have seen that big dent in the concrete and I wouldn't have crashed into it. But regardless, this thing did hold up pretty well. I mean, you can see all the dirt and mud that's collected over time in these past 2 weeks. But overall, this machine is expensive, but would I buy it again? Yeah. Yes, I would. Because, like I said, I don't just use it to go to work. I also go grocery shopping. So what I do is I I put my helmet on. I put my backpack on, and then I ride this to the grocery store, which is only like 10 minutes away. What I used to do is that because the bus does not pass frequently, I had to go to a different grocery store where the bus passes about 15 minutes every 15 minutes. And that's not all the time, just a certain amount of the day. And get that bus, drive all the way over there, get off, go get my groceries, come back, wait for the bus because it passes frequently. I get it, and then I go all the way back to my apartment and walk with my groceries back to the apartment, which is a pain in the ass. And now with this, I can go to a grocery store that's much closer. It's only 10 minutes away on the boosted rev. If I walk, it's 44 minutes away. And that's another crazy thing. My last job is only 15 minutes away if you have a car or a motorcycle. But if you walk, it's an hour and a half. An hour and a half to walk there. Okay? So, I mean, I don't get that. But that's just the way it is. And on my boosted rev, I can get there in 20 minutes. Okay, so it really is a godsend, and I am grateful that I have it. I don't know how I'm going to pay it off because, like I said, I did get fired this morning. And I got this to go to work and to go to the grocery store, so I don't know how I'm going to pay it off. But, yeah, hopefully something will work out and this thing will get paid off. So, yeah, very expensive, but totally worth it. Again, if you want to go ahead and see me ride this boosted rev, let me know in the comments, and I will go ahead and post another video of how this thing performs, and you can actually see it in action. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the stats. I weigh 288 pounds. I use it to go to work. Because of the many hills and valleys there are here in this area, I do get 6 miles on one charge. So I do have to plan before I go out. And it does take 3 hours for it to charge. So always take that into consideration. Okay, so let me guys know what you think. If you want to go ahead and see what my daily routine used to be like when I had a job or go to the grocery store, I will go ahead and film that and get that uploaded. Thanks for following Graziel Arts, and you guys have a wonderful day.